Welcome in to the Casual Gaming Conversation. I'm Connor. That's Nick. This is your weekly gaming podcast from Co-op 64. We're back with another bracket.
Let's go.
The gaming franchises bracket. We have 64 franchises here. They're going to duke it out to figure out which one is the best of the best. It's totally arbitrary. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but we're going to try to figure it out.
Also, it's a reminder that gaming is cool. We think that all these games are pretty cool. All these teams worked really hard on them. Like, we're not saying that these things suck. If we say that, like, overall, we might just be saying that in reference to the other series that we're talking about.
Unless it's something I don't like, and then it actually does suck.
We are joined by Chat today. With Chat, if I read something funny or anything like that, I'll make sure to call it out. But if not, we're utilizing you guys mainly for polls and our discussion points, and it'll be a great time. So thank you all for being here if you're watching it live.
And we're going to do this out of order than from what we usually do. We're doing the bracket first, then the hot takes, then the draft. Today we are drafting Call of Duty maps. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a banger because that list was dog water that we did.
Yep.
The top 10 list, we got to rectify that. We got to set this right, all right? But we're not going to waste any time here. Let's jump into the bracket. All right, we're not going to stand for this one. We're going to stay seated. But first off, we have Call of Duty versus Far Cry in the East.
Let's just move Call of Duty and keep the bracket rolling.
You think so?
Yeah, this is the longevity is one thing, but when you get down to brass tacks, you have 5 or 6 of the best first-person shooters ever with BO1, BO2, BO3, MW1, MW2, and then pick and choose your favorite along the lines.
I'm not like the biggest Call of Duty guy by any means. I have like a lot of nostalgia and like memories with the series, but Far Cry has really high points, like Far Cry 3 and Blood Dragon. I think
and
are great.
4, I
like
great.
4 a lot. Yeah. 5 kind of dips for a lot of
and
people.
Then
6 is
another
dip. So like there's some longevity there, but the memories I made on Call of Duty in high school and in middle school like are unmatched.
Everyone has their Call of Duty memories, and that's what makes it special. So, Call of Duty, going to move on. Next up, we have Gran Turismo versus Sonic.
Okay, I mean, like, I want to do Sonic, even though I think it's for nerds.
Yeah, I think Sonic's the right answer.
Yeah.
Also, someone that's a racing fan, GT is not my cup of tea. Forza is, Forza Horizon especially. We also have Mario Kart on here too, which like the racing representation will happen.
Right.
It does not need to be here. Sonic's terrific. It's gonna
Sonic versus COD is
gonna be
really
fun.
weird.
Sonic has a lot of up and downs. Real Hyper HD says, yeah, I completely agree.
True.
It's got a lot of up
Sonic
and downs.
06,
but,
game of all time.
But GT is very one note. It does one thing really well, where Sonic, you get a bunch of different experiences, and I love all of them, or some of them.
Dragon Quest versus Mario Kart.
Mario Kart moves.
Yeah, I think so too. Though it's one of those situations where Dragon Quest like has never really captured me in the way that I want it to. Like I played half of 11, really enjoyed it, but it makes me sleepy. It's like so warm and so like pleasant that it like, but also like just kind of like monotone in some ways, if that makes sense. Even though it's like so vibrant in colors, it just didn't really have anything to drag me in the same way that I would like it to. So yeah, I think Mario Kart takes it there. Mario Kart 8. The 11th greatest game of all time.
I think that Mario Kart's another one of those. You pick your favorite, the one you have all the memories on, because everyone has Mario Kart memories. It is one of those franchises that transcends gaming, where your mama, your grandmama plays Mario Kart. Everyone loves Mario Kart.
Battlefield versus BioShock.
We have a long bracket ahead of us. Let's just put BioShock ahead. BioShock 1, BioShock 2, Infinite, all great games. BioShock 1, one of the greatest games of all time.
BioShock 2 is my favorite. I know that's a really crazy hot take. It just has the best gameplay. It's the perfect middle ground between Infinite and in the original, where like the gameplay is really solid, and the story is also really good.
Who did these seedings? This is wild. We randomized the seedings.
Completely random.
Random.
We had a list, and I literally just went bing, bang, boom, boom, bing, bang, boom. I was about to mention that. Yeah, there's completely random seedings. We just went all over the place. And just kind of threw everything on the board.
Yeah, I honestly did not see this bracket like completed until around 5 minutes before we did the TikTok live.
Tetris versus Street Fighter, a couple of classics.
This is a real tough bout in my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where Tetris is like itself. Like top 5.
Oh, it's amazing, amazing.
But Street Fighter has 6 excellent games across the board. So, like, you could argue Street Fighter because of the depth, because of the amount
so
of
my vote's for Street Fighter.
My vote's for Tetris.
Okay, so can we get a poll up? This is poll number 1, Tetris versus Street Fighter. So my explanation for Street Fighter is this truly is, in my opinion, the best 2D fighting experience with longevity. Like, this is the pinnacle where you have the hyper competitive scene, and then also anyone can play Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 6, and have a great time. Like, it's really across the board terrific. I think that you can make a lot of the same arguments for Tetris. I think that this is really going to be a preference battle. Where like I enjoy.
If
Tetris
I could only play Tetris or Street Fighter for the rest of my life, I'm playing Tetris.
And I'm only playing Street Fighter.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's crazy, dude.
I can live with
so
that.
replayable. Amazing.
Street Fighter, every single new person you play, it's like a new game of chess. It's terrific.
Somebody said that it never got better than Street Fighter 2, and I agree with that. Street Fighter 2 is the best.
Street Fighter 2 is, but that's also like being like, it never got better than the original Tetris. I don't need effect. I don't need VR. Like, but sure, it's they nailed it the first try. We don't need to go further than that. Like, it is what it is. I'm not upset either way that it goes. It'll come back. Okay. Yeah. We're using a chord that sometimes like dives out and such. It's funny.
Tetris is iconic. Yeah, I mean it's a staple.
It's a staple. It's a great game. But so is Street Fighter. Street Fighter is the fighting game series besides Tekken, in my opinion.
Right.
Street Fighter moves on 55%. Let's go.
I thought it would be a bigger gap there, honestly.
Oh, do you think Street Fighter's going to take it?
Yes.
Oh, really? Yeah. You guys did a great job. Thank you for killing it. Metal Gear better be up there somewhere. It is.
Kirby versus Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, we can just move it on. Kirby's like got a couple of great games. Kingdom Hearts is special, and I think that the soundtrack alone beats Kirby.
Counter-Strike versus Resident Evil.
This I think is another easy one. Resident Evil is one of the most influential, important.
So is Counter-Strike. But Resident Evil has more games.
Has more games. Also has a masterpiece, or like a close to masterpiece. You
could argue Counter-Strike for a lot of people.
Yeah,
it's that's some people's like game of all time. You know what I mean? Like that's all they play. But I would argue that Resident Evil has more variety. You know what I mean? Like there's more.
There's more variety. Also, you have the first person RDs. You got the third person RDs. The way that this series has like gone for a long time is really impressive. I just want to shout out Alec McLongdong, who is gifting so many subs right now to a bunch of new people. Thank you so much, Alec. You're go-to, my friend.
Appreciate all the new people. Thank you so much for hanging out. ! Discord to join the Discord. Over 1,000 community members in there. All right. Next, we move on to Rock Band versus Mortal Kombat.
So for me, as someone that enjoys fighting games a lot, I'm going
Mortal Kombat's
Rock
the
Band.
weakest in my opinion.
Yeah,
I like Tekken and I like Street Fighter way more.
I like both those more. I love more. My experience with Mortal Kombat 1 was one of my favorites from last year. I think that that's a really impressive fighting game. Mortal Kombat's extremely fun, but for me, both of these games are all about the fun.
Yeah,
and I have way more fun playing Rock Band.
Yeah, I know. This is one of the situations where I think if we put it to a poll, we would lose.
Yeah,
for sure. But
we're God.
We are God here. We're taking Rock Band.
We're taking Rock Band, baby. The fun per minute is off the charts when we play Rock Band. Also, Rock Band has Rock Band 1 and Rock Band 4. Two of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah, Rock Band 1 has the best soundtrack.
But has the best set list of anything.
Donkey Kong versus Red Dead. This is a heartbreaker for me.
Yeah. You set the bracket. This is how you know it's random. This is how you know it's random.
Here's the situation, though. Like, with Red Dead... I'm fighting an uphill battle here. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 are better combined than Red Dead Redemption 2, but Red Dead Redemption 1 still exists, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's Red Dead.
Tropical Freeze as well, dude.
It's
I
Red
haven't even
Dead.
played that one.
It's Red Dead.
It's Red Dead, but
it's Red Dead.
I want Donkey Kong.
I know.
I agree that
okay, good. Yeah, this is a tough day for Donkey Kong. Drew a very intense competitor, and also I think this is the first sort of area where it's like, okay, you really get Red Dead 1 and 2. There's Red Dead Revolver also, but like no one cares about that.
Yeah.
This is a small franchise, but the impact is lasting, and that's going to be a key for some of these series, especially like our next matchup, Half-Life versus Metal Gear.
You gotta go
Metal Gear, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm new to the Half-Life franchise. I'm playing it for the first time right now every Wednesday on this channel if you're wanting to watch me play Half-Life for the first time. But yeah, we're gonna go Metal Gear.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Nick betrayed DK. I know, no DK.
Forza
Donkey Kong
versus The Witcher.
Forza.
Put it to a poll.
Yeah, so let's just get to a poll right away.
Sorry.
Forza, this includes Horizon. Forza Horizon is the best racing experience ever. Period.
Yeah, but people are going to say that The Witcher 3 is
The
like
Witcher
the best
3 has
game.
one. The Witcher franchise has one great game. That's it. Forza Horizon has infinite great games. Also, Forza Motorsport, infinite great games. It is no. Come on. The Witcher only has 3. I agree, Cryptic. Come on. This is where I need
if
people.
Forza moves on here, we're gonna get lambasted on the internet. If we ever put this up on TikTok and they see that Forza beat The Witcher, they're gonna kill us.
I don't care.
They're gonna kill us.
It's a better game. Forza Horizon for me, if I were to do this bracket myself, and we'll do this at the end, maybe we'll do this at the very end after the draft and everything. We'll do some personal picks or whatever.
Yeah.
So that'll stick around for that after we do the draft and everything. I would have Forza going far. I would have Forza going really far. Yeah. This is one of my favorite franchises of all time. It is a franchise that every installment I'm going to pick up, just even if it's for an hour. I will never forget being in my college apartment playing Forza Horizon 5, just throwing on some tunes and just like losing myself to this racing game that like I feel more immersed in the open world of Forza Horizon 5 than almost anything else.
The Witcher, 71%.
Yeah. Styles, you did me dirty. You did me dirty.
Alrighty. Dark Souls versus Pokemon. That's quite the bout there. Those are like two like the most polar opposite types of games.
It took me a second to recognize what you said, and then when it clicked, I just thought of one of the main characters of Dark Souls just like slicing through Charizard. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my gosh.
I'm gonna go with Dark Souls.
I'm also going to go with Dark Souls.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The peaks of Dark Souls are
there's nothing. Yeah, there's no better Pokemon game than Dark Souls 1 or 3.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I agree.
Sorry.
It doesn't mess around. Chat is in shambles right now. The best part of when we do this and we get to do this live and everything, normally it's just us in the apartment. Brady's not around, and we're shooting a podcast, and it's just our own opinions, and we get to like it's quiet. It almost feels loud with how fast the chat is going by right now. Like where it's just like, and the best part is that's a great pick. And then there's also, you guys suck. Like it's great. I love it.
Biggest L. I apologize.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. It's just going to be,
we have a great matchup next. I think we're going to agree. Or I hope we both agree.
Ratchet and Clank versus Assassin's Creed.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. I mean, Assassin's Creed has its peaks with
2 and
Black Flag. I love Odyssey
Black
as
Flag.
well. It's a little too bloated. The series is just in a weird spot right now. They've kind of run into the ground. Whereas I think Ratchet and Clank has kind of managed its portfolio and put out banger after banger. There was a dark period here for a little while, but they're hitting.
And then Ratchet and Clank just nails what I want from that type of game. Like the PS2 mascot era is long gone and dead. Except for Ratchet and Clank, and it's for a reason, because they nailed it with Ratchet and Clank with the wacky guns and the loosey-goosey gameplay. And then Rift Apart, I think, is Insomniac's best game.
Right.
So
we have Xenoblade / Xeno series, Xenogears, Xeno Saga versus Borderlands. I think I want to put this to a poll.
Just automatically? I'm down for that.
Yeah, because I don't know enough about Xenoblade to have a take.
This happened when we did our open world one too. So Xenoblade, you can just write Xenoblade if you would like, versus Borderlands. 1 minute poll, please. For me personally, Xenoblade, all I know from this is the love of my good friend Matt, who just consistently is like, Nick, they're so good. And I'm like, I'm never going to play them. And he's like, they're so good, though. And yeah, I'm never going to play them.
For what, Borderlands?
Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Borderlands is great.
Yeah, I mean, I think you go Borderlands here personally. But it's another one of those situations. I've tried to get into Xenogears. It's just not my... Sorry, Xenoblade. It's just not my type of
just looked at our next matchup. What are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? This early? Something like this?
Oh.
Something like this? This early? Are you fucking kidding me?
Guys, next round is Portal versus Uncharted. We can just start talking about this. Let's start.
Yeah, well, you guys are deciding that. We can move on to the next round. I'm going Uncharted because you have multiple games that I put in the same categories, Portal 1 and Portal 2.
I love Portal.
But Portal is so good. Portal 2 is a masterpiece, but
Portal 1 and 2 are
I also
essentially perfect games.
I was on a call last night discussing this, and Portal 1 for me, the worst part about Portal 1 is it's too short. Like, I want it to be longer.
No, I think Portal 1's a perfect length.
Oh, really?
It's the perfect
I want like 3 or 4 more
experience.
puzzles.
No, man, it's so good.
Borderlands moves on.
Borderlands.
So we're both taking Uncharted, though?
Yeah.
Cool. Who's Uncharted going to get in the next round? Oh, we have SpiderMan versus Tekken. Oh, man.
Tekken.
Yeah, Tekken. All right, cool. Yeah. Move on. Good job with that Tekken. Easy response. I love it. I'm all about it. Spider-Man's great.
It's great.
It
is a 8 out of 10 franchise at best, whereas Tekken has Tekken 3 and Tekken 8. Like, these are excellent games.
My issue with Spider-Man especially is they altogether nail it.
Right.
But with each game, there's something always missing. Whether it's like, the gameplay isn't exactly what I want from the action-based combat. The stealth is great in Miles, but the story is really short and the characters aren't as flushed out as one. Spider-Man 2, you have like the best traversal, you have the best combat, but the story is just flat compared to the first two. It really
the story in 2 is so
paint by the numbers.
I finished it and I feel like I don't remember anything.
I literally what I said during our podcast was we could go and crack open a 6-pack of beer and have predicted the entirety of Spider-Man 2 without thinking that hard.
Still a really fun game to play. It's just disappointing from a story perspective. Real quick, you say flush out?
No, it's flesh out.
It's flesh out.
Yeah, with an E.
But you say flush.
No.
Yes,
I say flesh out.
You definitely
content
do.
People get in the comments. All right, ready?
Yep, let's go.
We have Fallout versus Need for Speed.
Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout can move on. Fallout's great. Also, thank you for everyone that's gifting subs. I just saw Gloomy gifted out a sub. Oh no, resub. Thank you for all those new subs. You guys are awesome. 75 people rocking with us. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you guys so much. Fallout, and then Wii Sports or like Wii Sports Resort. We can include like the Wii Party, Wii Play.
Yeah, it's Wiiverse.
With the Wiiverse versus God of War. It's God of War.
It's God of War, but it's pretty fucking close in my opinion.
No, it's not close. Let's be reasonable here. It's not close.
Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort are two of the most fun per. They are the definition of fun per minute games. Where God of War 2018 obviously carries this. And the boss fights in God of War 3 and everything. It's God of War, but like, if we
throw it to a poll, I just want to see it.
But we're moving God of War.
But I want to see what you guys say.
It's so much like if we want to get Sonic, if we want to get Sonic, which is in the second round right now, I would choose Wii over it. What's another one over there? Metal Gear Solid, exactly. I would take Wii over. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
By the way, I went under. By the way, are you gonna go?
I'm going over. I'm going over on my side of the bracket.
Piss me off.
Yeah.
Little Big Planet versus Sly Cooper.
Oh man, this is the bout of the PS2 mascot versus the PS3 mascot. Yeah. Well, or maybe the number 2 mascot for both of them.
Little Big Planet 2 is better than every single Sly Cooper game.
I think Little Big Planet 1 is also better than every single Sly Cooper game.
No, I would take Sly 3 or 1 over LBP 1. But Little Big Planet 2 is like one of the most impressive, interesting games of all time.
Yeah.
Like the character creator, the level creator is insane. Tons of levels, tons of creativity. The campaign is underrated. I really like the platforming in that game. A lot of people say it's floaty, but I really enjoyed it.
Music is great. Tech or Teach Aiden says, I really enjoyed Little Big Planet. I have a serious question for you, Connor. Does this include Mod Nation Racers?
No, it's a different franchise altogether.
I know, but it's the same. It's
Mod
the
Nation
same
Racers
style.
is awesome.
That game slaps.
Yeah. Well, we're going a Little Big Planet.
Yeah, we got a Little Big Planet. Moving on. Next up, we have Guitar Hero versus The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. I love Guitar Hero, but I don't like it as much as Rock Band. And that really comes down to track list for me. I think Rock Band has such a diverse track list in comparison.
We would have won, by the way. We got a war.
Well, sorry.
it's tough.
Yeah. Battlefront versus GTA. Star Wars Battlefront.
If Rock Band didn't win, Rock Band did win. Real quick. Mia. So, I'm sorry. Rock Band won and Guitar Hero lost. It's how it has to go.
I prefer Rock Band.
I prefer Rock Band also.
What did Rock Band win against?
Rock Band beat Mortal Kombat. Yeah, which it drew a good franchise to go against for sure.
GTA versus Battlefront GTA.
Yeah, Battlefront's great because of Battlefront 2. That is the standout game from that. PS2 Battlefront 2, by the way, not the newer one.
I mean, I also like the new ones. They've fixed them or whatever, but
GTA.
Yeah, it's GTA.
Fire Emblem versus Elder Scrolls. Connor, here's what we can do. We can be God and move Fire Emblem along like it should.
It should.
Or we can set it to a poll and let Elder Scrolls move on. I'll go either way.
Are we just rulers?
Are we just gods? I say we set it to a poll. Wait, what's it going next? It's going to lose next round of GTA no matter what.
Send it to a poll.
Yeah, why not?
Elder Scrolls versus Fire Emblem. It's going to lose, but whatever. Let's move on to Silent Hill versus Devil May Cry.
Oh,
About a PS2 bangers right here.
Gooperman's gonna kill us if we don't move on DMC, but
How to Banana is going to kill us if we don't move on Silent Hill.
I know. Shout out to our amazing community members. If you want to join the community, go to the Discord.
Crap.
Yeah, I'm moving on Silent Hill.
I would say DMC probably.
All right.
It has more great games.
So we're gonna have to do another poll. So let's just yap for a little bit. Let's talk about the bracket that we have thus far before we get into the next matchup, because they have to run a full poll and another full poll.
we could just handle this easily. Wait, I have Kirby on there twice.
All right.
Change out Kirby for Dragon Age. That's what I erased over here.
Did we not have Dragon Age over
No,
there?
I erased it to add in Forza.
What's Dragon something up there? Below Sonic.
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Yeah, add in Dragon Age. Stop doing
You have way more space.
I know you get more space, but I had already done it the way that
I know.
Let's just do it. Let's just keep.
Elder Scrolls moves on.
Okay, Elder Scrolls moves on. Just do a yes, yeah. And then Silent Hill versus DMC.
Silent Hill DMC,
Next
get
up.
it up. Elder Scrolls sucks. Yeah.
The Fire Emblem should have moved on.
All right. I mean, we've admitted we would move Fire Emblem on, but we wanted to be just in this circumstance.
Yeah, it's close for sure.
I think Silent Hill versus DMC is also close. I think that
100%.
if we could talk through this for a long time, we could probably figure out a decision.
There's more great DMC games than Silent Hill.
I know, but I don't think any of them hit the peak of Silent Hill 2 probably. So that's where my head's at.
3 maybe, according to some. Doom versus Dragon Age Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Left 4 Dead versus Persona. Persona. We're rocking and rolling here. Sorry, Left 4 Dead.
Halo versus Monster Hunter. Halo, right?
Yeah.
Pretty handily, in my opinion. I know it's fallen off, but you still can't beat Halo 2 and 3.
Yeah, Halo.
You can't beat Halo 2, 3, and especially, and also
Reach.
Connor Reach is awesome.
Yeah, whatever. Dead Space versus Super Mario.
So we need to clarify with Super Mario, because this is important.
It's 3D, 2D Mario.
3D and 2D Mario, yes. We no
Not like Mario Party.
no party, no spin-offs.
It's got to be Super Mario. But
Connor
I'm
hasn't played
upset.
Reach. Connor has played Reach and dislikes it,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Sorry.
So Super Mario is going to move on. This is Zelda. That means Zelda's somewhere over here, right? Where's Zelda?
How did I miss Zelda? Man, I was going down the line.
It was one of the first 10. It was the fourth one I wrote. What are we taking off? Do we have Tomb Raider on there twice? No, we don't.
No. Go back to Dragon Age versus Doom
No, I'm not taking.
and put.
You want to know what I say we do? We just Silent Hill DMC. We just make it Zelda. We move Zelda on. Why not?
No. Change out Doom for The Legend of Zelda. Sorry, take off Dragon Age, and then Zelda will win.
So we're eliminating Doom.
Yes.
We want Doom instead of I don't know, fucking Kingdom Hearts out of
It
here.
is what it is. This is the easiest. Dragon Age was not meant to be on there, is what I'm saying. So add in Legend of Zelda, and then Zelda beats Doom for sure. There we go. All right.
What won
Guys,
the poll?
we're
What
working
won the poll? I can check that. We've never done a 64 bracket before. It's a hard to keep track of. Yeah, it'll take you there. Sound the one. Great.
Sorry, Cooperman. That's a tough break, buddy. All right, moving on. Dead Space versus Super Mario. Mario, for sure.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing versus Tony Hawk.
I personally am choosing Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's close, though, for sure.
AC moves on, but it's not Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Castlevania versus Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. Arkham versus Metroid.
Oh, jeez.
You got to go Metroid.
You gotta. Oh, we're putting it to a poll, ladies and
You gotta
gentlemen.
go Metroid
Arkham
here.
versus Metroid.
There is no game in the Arkham series that is better than Prime or Super Metroid. Let's be real.
We're not gonna go to a poll. Metroid wins. You're right.
Yeah. Come on. Super Smash Bros. Versus Gears of War.
Smash.
Smash, not
Smash,
even
and it's
close.
not even close.
Yeah.
It boat races it.
Yeah.
It is not even close.
Smash.
Gears of War, when I was writing out the list of 64, I did 67, and then Connor was supposed to cut 3 and devise everything off of that. I put Gears of War as my 65th one that I wrote down.
Right.
That's how, like, it doesn't...
Yeah, I was like, when I was going down the list, I was like, where's Gears of War? This has got to be on there somewhere. And then it eventually showed up at, like, the very end. I was like, that's strange. Mass Effect versus Tomb Raider. Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mass Effect 2 and 3, for that matter, are better than every Tomb Raider game.
All right. We're down to 32, which I don't think is the best 32, but I think that we got probably the best, like, 28 on here still.
Call of Duty versus Sonic.
It's COD.
It's COD. See, COD is getting a good break, dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, we have Zelda, Mario, and Halo all in this region.
And Persona's better than Halo, so.
Oh my god, that's the next. Holy fuck. Fuck, dude.
Mario Kart versus BioShock. It's BioShock, Nick.
We're putting it to a poll.
No, we are not.
Yeah,
Mario Kart's going to win. Mario Kart's more popular,
Connor,
but BioShock is
it
the
has
better
8
series.
games that are all great.
And
one of them is better than BioShock 1.
Mario Kart's going to win.
Mario Kart 8
we have a
Deluxe
bunch
is
of Nintendo
Connor,
fans
Mario
in
Kart
here.
8 Deluxe is a better game than BioShock. It is. Right?
Yeah.
And then I'm taking am I taking
No,
Double Dash over 2?
No.
No.
Or Infinite.
I'm my vote is for Mario Kart. The fun
It's
per minute that I have
BioShock,
in Mario Kart it trumps almost every other game except for Rock Band.
Get the poll up, please.
Do you think that that's a fair statement? The
What?
fun per minute on Mario Kart is the peak of fun per minute except for Rock Band?
Probably.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts versus Street Fighter. It's Kingdom Hearts, dude. Kingdom Hearts 2 is so special. Kingdom Hearts 1, there's nothing like it.
Connor, you're nothing like it is like saying that there's a piece of dog shit on the road that got ran over by a Ford F-150, and then you're just like, yeah, there's nothing else like it. I'm not calling Kingdom Hearts that, but that argument doesn't hold weight.
It does hold weight. Uniqueness is a factor.
Sure, but Street Fighter is the king of the 2D fighter. Kingdom Hearts moves on. Yeah. The original soundtrack. Dude, I listen to Dearly Beloved once a week. Like, I love it. Street Fighter built the FGC with a box of scraps.
In a cave. Resident Evil versus Rock Band. This is like favorite versus best. Like,
I know.
Resident Evil is the better
Mario Kart
series.
moves on with 71%.
So dumb.
Whoops. Sorry. Mario Kart might win this entire fucking bracket, dude.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart's beating COD. Probably, right? We're not moving COD into the Elite 8 all-time franchises.
It has like 40 games, and a lot of them were great.
Some of them are great. Resident Evil versus Rock Band. Resident Evil, right?
Yakuza is not on here. Trap these nuts.
I apologize. We're not Yakuza guys. I would like to be a Yakuza guy, but I've never. It's so daunting to get into that series. It's Resident Evil now.
I know, but the hard part is I enjoy I'm a Resident Evil fan now. But, that hurts. I just want
Red Dead versus Metal Gear.
It's Metal
Solid.
Gear because
It's
there's
Metal
more
Gear.
games.
Yeah,
That is the
yeah.
only reason.
Right.
They nailed it for more games. Metal Gear is one of the goats.
The Witcher versus Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Yeah. That's not even close.
Then we have Ratchet and Clank versus Borderlands.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. This is easy.
Yeah. Because you put all the difficult ones. This is like 1 through 4 or
Uncharted
14
versus Tekken.
Uncharted. Yeah. The Elite 8 in this fucking bracket is going to be so stacked. It's unbelievable.
Right. All right. Fallout versus God of War. God of War.
God of War.
Yeah, it's close. It's close. It's reasonably close. Pokemon still in? No. Sorry, Jamie J.
It lost to what? It lost early.
It lost to Dark Souls.
Okay.
That makes sense in my head. I stand by that fully.
Little Big Planet versus The Last of Us. The Last of Us moves.
Yeah. GTA versus the Elder Scrolls. GTA for sure. Silent Hill versus Zelda. Why is this so much easier than the first round? Persona versus Halo. Persona.
Halo. Okay,
Persona.
put it to a poll.
Yeah.
But it's Halo. Halo has the best third-person shooter of all time.
First-person shooter?
Third person. Oh, sorry. First person. It has the best first-person shooter of all time.
Yeah, but Persona is like arguably the best JRPG franchise of all time, and has 3 of the best JRPGs of all time for a lot of people.
Don't even say best when there's something like Final Fantasy that exists.
You could take the 3 best Final Fantasies and put them next to the 3 best Personas, and you could argue. I don't know if I would argue it. I haven't thought about this long and hard enough. That you could argue that the 3 best Personas are better than the 3 best Final Fantasies.
Yeah, but then there's also the 4th best Final Fantasy, and the 5th best, and the 6th best, and the 7th best are also within.
I'm just saying.
That same tier of Persona 3, 4, 5.
Argument. It's a conversation.
Persona's great. I'm not going to dunk on. This isn't a Persona bad conversation. This is a.
I love Halo too. Halo's one of my favorite franchises.
This poll hurts you, Selena. This poll hurts everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
No one wins. No one wins with this poll.
Everybody's sad.
Halo wins 69%. Nice.
Super Smash Bros. Versus Animal Crossing. It's close, but yeah.
No, it's not Super Smash Bros. It's Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers. Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Super Mario Bros. Yeah, absolutely.
Final Fantasy versus Metroid. Final Fantasy.
Then Super Smash Bros. Versus Mass Effect. Mass Effect.
Yeah, I'm putting to a poll for sure.
You're out of your mind, Nick. Mass Effect 2 is like, come on.
Connor, Mass Effect 2 is in the same tier as Ultimate, and then Melee is better than Mass Effect 1. Connor,
if they choose Super Smash Bros., I am leaving this set.
Connor,
we can't let this happen.
Connor, logic. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, same tier as Mass Effect 2. And then
no, it is not.
Melee.
No, it is not.
Melee
Nick, Mass Effect 2 is top 4 all time for me. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is like 42.
And then Ultimate is, and then Melee is way boat races. Both of them. We're putting it to a poll. We got it.
Throw it to a poll, but this is. I'm gonna lose it. Mass Effect 2 and 3, and 1 for that matter, for a lot of people, are like it's arguably the greatest trilogy of all time, Nick.
And Smash Bros. Is the most fun fighting game of all time.
Fun and great are 2 different things.
They can be.
Yeah.
In this situation, though, the amount of fun that you have with it shows how great it is. Oh my God, you guys are fucking wild. I don't even want to know what the poll is starting to look like.
I can't believe this. If you guys literally...
It's not my fault, Austin. I have an opinion. My opinion is...
I am deleting the channel.
No, you are not.
I'll
change the passwords, chat. We're fine. We're fine.
Win.
I'll change the passwords. We're good.
Please, guys. Please. Be real.
This is... For greatest franchises...
Think of the story in Super Smash Bros. There's no story there. There's no...
Fucking Brawl, dude. Subspace Emissary has an emotional story. It's actually emotional. It's crazy.
You clears this list?
You're forgetting Brawl, dude. You're forgetting Brawl. Brawl is a better game than Mass Effect 1.
Here we go. Yeah, fucking ridiculous. This is a travesty right now. This is a fucking travesty. All right. Moving on.
You guys did. Last bracket episode, got 0 of the polls to go my way. This feels so validating. This feels so validating.
70% of the vote is disrespectful to. More you guys need to play Mass Effect, honestly.
This is more dramatic than March Madness.
COD versus Mario Kart.
I don't know.
Kart. This is a weak fucking. This is like an 8 and a 9 seed, just like ending up in the Elite 8 and having to play each other. Just a bunch of stinkers in comparison to everything else that we have on the board here.
I am doing math in my head on game versus game because that's what
I think you
probably
have to do Call of Duty.
Yeah, I think that Call of Duty has more fun. Like more better games than the entirety of Mario Kart, which is insane because
Black
I think
Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2,
the Black Ops 1 through 3, and then Modern Warfare 1 through 3, World at War, and then I know it's a hot take. Oh, it's something we haven't mentioned. Fucking Warzone, dude. Yeah. Fucking Warzone is it's unbelievable how good Warzone is, especially in 2020.
Warzone sucks.
We demand a poll. No.
You can put up the poll.
Yeah, sure.
Just to see.
Well, are we going to have any polls soon? We will this next vote, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't put a poll up, please.
I'm going to fucking lose. Kingdom Hearts versus Resident Evil. This is the worst day ever for me.
I don't like it. So BioShock died for nothing then. BioShock died in a cave.
Yeah, if BioShock goes against COD, BioShock wins that. This is bullshit. You guys fucked this up. This is your fault.
No, I would take COD over BioShock.
You are out of your mind.
You have 6 games compared to 3 that are
Just because
awesome.
you have more games does not mean that it's a better franchise.
Not more, but 6 that are on that level. Nothing is better than BioShock 1 from Call of Duty's franchise. Don't get me wrong.
But Kingdom Hearts is so special, man. The music.
Connor, I have moved Kingdom Hearts through 2 rounds just based off the music.
Epic moments, dude.
Yeah, but Resident Evil 4 has is close to a masterpiece. Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 1 remake, RE7, RE8.
Fine, yeah, we'll go with it.
Yeah. Zombies literally takes BioShock alone. That's a good point. The fun per minute on Zombies is also up there.
Resident Evil.
Elvis? All right, Metal Gear Solid versus Dark Souls. What a matchup. It's Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid.
But, I mean, close. If Dark Souls didn't have Dark Souls 2, it's a conversation. And then Ratchet versus Uncharted. Uncharted moves on. Connor's already writing it. I agree. And now we get to... This is fucked over here. This is fucked. This is completely fucked up. There's one easy matchup. It's this. Everything else is fucked.
I think this is easy. Super Mario Bros. Versus Halo.
That's going to be fucked in the next round then.
Yeah. All right. God of War versus The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
God of War.
The peaks in The Last of Us.
There's so many. I'll flip your arguments on yourself. God of War 1, 2, and 3. Don't leave them out.
I know. I'm not.
And the PSP titles as well.
Connor, 2 for 2 10s. Just...
You could argue that. I wouldn't argue it.
You're not going to do Ragnarok.
You could
Ragnarok's
argue,
a 9.
Okay,
it's an amazing game.
But okay, so they're both.
Put it to a poll, please.
They're both 9s. All right. You say they're both 9s.
No, I think God of War.
Okay,
2018 is a 10.
and then you have at least like 4 8s.
Yeah,
at least.
But scaling is weird because I could also give The Last of Us 1 a 15 out of 10. It breaks scales, dude. It's the best story of all time. The Last of Us 1 and 2 are the best story, period.
But we're talking about franchises, Nick. Like,
I understand.
There's so much more longevity with God of War.
If we had
and variety of gameplay.
But also Last of Us Factions, not talking about the game that didn't release, I'm talking about the multiplayer.
Oh my goodness.
Fucking awesome.
Amazing.
Also, guess what? I was doing our Extra Life thermometer, and I was like, let's just throw on all night Last of Us Factions on there. Me, you and Brady playing Last of Us Factions together, just hanging out. Oh my god, I'm a sucker for Last of Us stories. It's so good.
Close poll. Make sure to vote, guys. It's tied. Oh no.
Oh no.
Guys, make the call.
Oh no.
51% God of War. Hell yeah, dude.
I'm not upset about it. Like this is a pick 'em.
GTA versus Zelda.
Zelda. I think so, yeah. Which wasn't even on the bracket. Cinderella's story, apparently.
Yeah. Halo versus Super Mario Bros. This is really actually pretty close when it comes to longevity.
Yeah, and if I'm being honest, I'd rather play Halo 3 than any Super Mario Bros. Game.
No, Mario 64.
The story for me is
Sunshine.
Why are you saying Sunshine? Like, just don't say Sunshine in this conversation. Now, definitely
Galaxy.
put it to a fucking poll. I want
put it to a poll, but it's
Halo versus Super Mario Bros.
Is it every Mario game?
2D and 3D platformers.
So no, not including party or
kart or sports
like
games. It is just a 2D or a 3D platformer.
Nick with the Sunshine slander pisses me off too, guys. Don't worry, I'm mad about it as well.
The controls on that game.
Vibes,
no, the controls on the games are busted. It's not. It doesn't control well. Like we're talking about.
It controls fine. It's just hard as nails.
Yeah, you want your Mario game to be Dark Souls level hard due to bad controls? No.
You're wild.
That's like that adds to the enjoyment. That's like saying the Lion King SNES game is enjoyable because it controls horribly and is merciless. That's not fun.
All right,
Mario, I want fun.
Move on to let's just do the next one real fast.
Yep.
Final Fantasy versus Super Smash Bros.
It's Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
This is once again. I'm curious. Oh my god. Oh, geez. All right, let's move on. Elite Eight.
Let's wait for the poll.
Oh, okay.
We got to decide real quick what I want it to be symmetrical for the final four. We're putting it on top and below for the final four, please.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have to because that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna piss me off.
Otherwise. I know. Melee clears FF. Does it? It doesn't clear FF7 remake.
Doesn't clear
or
FF6.
Rebirth.
Doesn't clear
9, 10,
13,
14.
Yeah, let's be real, guys.
Mario platformers, 69% of the vote. Nice.
Yeah.
Was that a us thing?
They're in traffic. Brady's
Nice.
in traffic. All right. Call of Duty versus Resident Evil. I feel like Resident Evil could have ended up against any of these on this side and been knocked out. It would have lost to Halo.
Same with COD.
It would have lost to
GTA for sure.
Final Fantasy as
Last
well.
of Us.
Yeah, but we're gonna go with Resident Evil here over COD.
Are we?
Nick. Yes. Yes.
The 6 best games from Resident Evil versus the 6 best of Call of Duty.
Close. This shouldn't even be here, Nick.
The
This shouldn't
6
even
best
be here.
Call of Duties versus the 6 best Resident Evil games. You're not allowed to write anything yet. You're not yet.
We put it to a poll.
No,
guys.
I'm not saying poll yet. I'm not saying poll. We're having a discussion. This is a podcast. We're allowed to talk through things.
I don't want to talk to you, you yapper. Just kidding.
I'm
Evil.
Bitter. I know. Your baby boy Kingdom Hearts got smoked by Resident Evil.
So many of my babies got smoked here. It's absolutely unfair.
I mean, we'll talk through personal brackets towards the end of the podcast. It'll be great. Call of Duty. Black Ops 3 is better than every single Resident Evil game.
No, it's
except for
not.
Resident Evil 4.
Or Resident Evil 2 remake.
I'll give you this one. I'll just give it to you. I'll just give it to you. I'll give you one. I'll give you one. I'll give you one.
Let's be honest here. Come on.
COD has so much. That is a good point. That's the hard part.
That can't
COD.
be the whole
No,
argument.
I know, but like it has so much in the peaks are crazy high. It's like Halo.
Uncharted versus Metal Gear Solid.
Uncharted.
Metal Gear Solid. Come on. Metal Gear Solid 1 is better than every single Uncharted game.
Except for 4.
No.
Uncharted 4 is a 10 out of 10. Metal Gear Solid 1 is a 9.5.
Let's put it to a poll.
Okay, chat. I need you to fucking dial it in real quick. Let me make my argument for Uncharted. Uncharted 1 is it's a game. Who cares? It establishes characters really well. Uncharted 2 modernized the big set piece in video games with the training sequence. Uncharted 3 might be the most underrated game of all time. That game is phenomenal and does not get talked about enough. Uncharted 4 is a masterpiece. Lost Legacy is a near masterpiece. And then, Golden Mist is but like I'm telling you, you have 3 of the best games ever with Uncharted 2, Uncharted 4, and Lost Legacy. And then Uncharted 3 is phenomenal. The gameplay is so good in these games. The story is so good in these games. Characters as recognizable.
The story is so good.
Yes.
The characters are what's good.
Yeah, the characters as more recognizable than Metal Gear at this point. Like, these characters are
Metal Gear has a
awesome.
better story? Yes, it does.
I don't think so. Uncharted 4's story is better than Metal Gear 1's story.
Nick.
Yeah.
You haven't, I can't talk about it yet.
Metal Gear 2?
Yeah. Like, these are like some of the most weird games of all time.
I know, but they're not
so
as
though.
good as... nothing can beat Uncharted 4. Fuck!
Yes, sir.
All right,
MGS
you got one.
moves on.
You got one.
This is really interesting.
By the way, I wanted to throw out there originally. I did say before the podcast I was having a late night call with Gooper Man, one of our moderators, and I said I'm going to be going hard for Uncharted. Uncharted's like the horse in this race that I'm going to be pushing for more than anything else. I love Uncharted as a franchise.
Shane, an epic boss.
What?
Shane's here, an epic boss, right?
Yeah, dude. I cannot think of 3 Metal Gear games that beat Uncharted 4. Completely agree.
Dude,
Shane.
I can. He says I can think of 3 Metal Gear games.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, moving on to God of War versus Zelda.
God of War.
No, Nick.
The story in God of War carries way more than any story. It is way more impact. God of War 2018 is way more impactful than any story that Zelda's ever told by a long shot. The gameplay in God of War has some of the best over the third person, over the camera shoulder gameplay ever. The open, yes, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild.
This
really
is not
good.
even close.
Link doesn't talk. Yeah, exactly.
Who cares? He's a vehicle for the player to.
Connor, how do you improve Zelda? You get Link VO'd. That has been something that you said.
No, I don't.
Really?
No, I don't agree with that. I mean, Link. I feel that way broadly speaking, but Zelda and Link having no voice is always been fine for me.
Need you guys to dial it in. I don't know if the gameplay is better than Zelda. I don't think it is.
It's more varied. It has better
It's more
puzzles.
varied, but it's not. Puzzles. Who cares about
better
puzzles?
Atmosphere.
The action. The music. I can't say music in this argument. Never mind.
It's
the
more creative.
Action.
It's more creative. The music is.
No, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
Dude, God of War's music's real good. I'm just throwing it out there.
Zelda, with Ocarina.
The vehicle for the characters is your argument against character creators, Connor.
Yeah,
Blade
I know.
Ronan, thank you. Thank you.
Guys,
Let's start tripping him up. Let's give
guys,
God of War a chance.
every single time I say something, there is a contradiction in some way or another, like where I don't necessarily believe it across the board. Just because I say one thing doesn't mean that like it goes all the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's certainly inconsistencies with some things.
Yeah, 82% for Zelda.
Let's be fucking real here. Come on. Super Mario Bros. Versus Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. This is really interesting. Because like this isn't where I thought this would go. I think this is obvious.
I think this is obvious.
I think this is relatively obvious for Final Fantasy and Zelda. Metal Gear Solid making it to the end, not obvious. Resident Evil, a fucking dark horse.
I mean, it's because this side of the bracket is stacked.
Yeah.
So stacked.
I didn't mean to do anything.
I know, it's
I
random.
just was going
It's random.
all around. Like I just was going crazy with it.
But like, Super Mario Brothers got smoked by Final Fantasy.
At the end, I mean, it made it far. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Resident Evil versus Metal Gear Solid. What are we doing?
People are gonna get mad over FF over Mario. We are God.
Japan stays on top. Yeah, these are all Japanese developed games.
Yeah, I mean they make some great games.
Yeah, they do. Resident Evil versus Metal Gear Solid. Nick, what are we thinking?
Resident Evil.
Yeah, I think so too. Probably. But you could argue that the peak of no. Yeah, I would go with Resident Evil, like 4 over MGS1. That's what I have on my list. I haven't played 3 yet. So we could put it to a poll because we haven't played all of the games.
I don't want to.
That's the interesting
I just want Resident Evil to move on. I think that what that franchise has done, especially with the remake series, is so fucking impressive. I'm going Resident Evil. Also, Metal Gear 5 apparently falls off. So,
but its gameplay is so good, dude.
Yeah.
All right, and then Zelda versus Final Fantasy.
I mean, we're God. You know what must be
Zelda,
done.
This is the right answer versus like
I don't.
heart versus correct.
No.
Heart
I don't even think
Zelda,
it's correct. I don't think it's objectively correct by any means.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think it's there is truth with Final Fantasy that goes beyond what Zelda does.
I want to see a poll, but we're gonna do Final Fantasy.
You want to see a poll? It's gonna be 90% Zelda.
But here's the problem though. No, I want to do Zelda.
What? Why? Yeah. It's not better.
That feels right to me though.
No, it does. Connor,
yes, it does.
Connor, you just want the votes. You just want Final Fantasy is the greatest franchise of all time, and you know it's true. I
don't want to be the Final Fantasy shills.
Yeah, but Zelda is not the best franchise of all time. It's not.
Why is it? Why?
Well,
yes,
fucking Mario.
Probably on paper
Connor,
it is.
What game series is better? Super Mario Bros. Or Zelda? Zelda. It's not better. It's not. It's fucking not.
It's not even close in my mind.
The gameplay in Mario is way more engaging and a more fun experience than Zelda.
No, it's not.
The temples,
is way deeper.
The temples in Zelda are just puzzle room after puzzle room with good gameplay. With good gameplay. I don't think that the gameplay is great. That it fucking relies.
Put it to a poll.
There's no real story in these games. The music carries it. This is not a competition. Final Fantasy has game after game with the greatest soundtracks of all time. Final Fantasy 7,
Zelda has
Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 smokes Zelda.
No, it doesn't.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth smokes Zelda. It lights it up like a doobie. It smokes it.
Mask,
yeah, what's better? Rebirth is the greatest open world game of all time, except for like 3 others. It's better. It's better. No. Connor, you know it's true. Why would you put it to a poll? You know it's true. We are God.
I need to be right here. I need to be on the right side of history, and Zelda is on the right side of history.
You're. Connor just doesn't want to get smoked in comments.
Zelda is the correct answer here.
It doesn't matter though. We get to decide this.
Because then Zelda's gonna win over Resident Evil.
Yeah, whatever came from this side was gonna win the bracket.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for Resident Evil.
No.
I think Resident Evil is better than Zelda.
Zelda is the template. Zelda like gets us everything that we got here, dude. Like most of the like open world, massive, like immersive games come from Ocarina, come from A Link to the Past. It does matter.
There's no story. There's no characters.
64%.
There's no
story and characters.
The story in Tears of the Kingdom is told in such a way that is unimportant and uninspired. Correction, not uninspired, but unimportant is what I was looking for, not uninspired. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just left Zelda off the fucking bracket. It's not better. It's not better.
You're right.
I'm right? Hey! Yeah! Let's go!
We are God. Nick was about to cry.
I wasn't going to cry, but I was so upset. We are God, and we will reign true. Holy shit, dude.
I mean, I personally like Final Fantasy more than Zelda.
Then so we get to decide that. It is a better gaming franchise.
And then Final Fantasy wins it.
Yeah, Final Fantasy is the best franchise of all time. And I thought, if you asked me that 5 years ago, I would have never said that. If you asked me that after playing FF7 Remake, I would not have said that. But what Final Fantasy does with early characters and everything is just so damn good.
4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12,
13, 14, 16, 7 Rebirth, 7 Remake.
Yeah, that goes toe to toe
with I don't know a collection of games that is that good. Like that's the other thing. With me coming off of playing Twilight Princess, where I've got my Zelda fix in of like what a linear Zelda is and an open world Zelda is, and they don't hold a candle to Final Fantasy. They don't.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Someone banned Kemp for saying Rebirth is mid. Thank you.
It was always rigged. It was always rigged.
It was a fix from the start, baby.
Nick said this at the start. We get to make the final call.
Yeah.
This is our bracket with the help from you guys. So I apologize if that's disappointing. I think Zelda, if we're being purely objective, Zelda should win it all. But if we are being our subjective selves playing with our hearts a little bit, Zelda,
I'm not though. I'm not. I think that Final Fantasy is a better franchise. I don't think that it is my thing with Zelda is real. It's like
chat winner was Zelda. Yes, for the record, chat won Zelda.
Sure. Also throw in a poll with some of the games, Cooperman, that you think should like just be on here. You can throw GTA in it and like a couple others. Do a poll with like 7 or 8 and just let chat decide what you guys would have as your champion while we finish up the pod, and then we'll go back. And
do we want to just like do the Elite 8 that we have on here?
Yeah,
can
sure.
you even do 8?
I think so.
Options?
If you can do 8 options, let me know.
Yeah, COD, Resident Evil, MGS, Uncharted, God of War, Zelda, Super Mario.
We will do our personal rapid fire.
I don't think so. I think we just.
I was saying at the very end.
It might be too long.
Connor, we're not going to go through each matchup, but we're just going to be like, hey, this out of these 16, this should be my final 4. Out of these 16, this should be my final 4, and then we'll do a final 4. We'll do that at the end. We'll wait to the end so people can hear us discuss the bracket more at the end of the pod. We got some hot takes we got to get into.
Okay.
Ready?
Move this.
I'm so happy. I went from so sad. This wouldn't have like ruined my weekend. And once again, these are all debates for debate's sake. And Zelda's awesome. And like my experience with Zelda has been terrific. But I'm so happy. Sonic should have won, right, guys?
Sign of no real life female interactions with characters is underrated. I'm trying to read what he's saying. I'm married. True. Cam. I'm sorry. I'm taken. And then, all right, let's get into it. Hot takes?
Yep. You ready for mine? Or do you want to go first this week?
I can go first.
Let's go.
Ready? My video game hot take for this week is about adaptations. Just finished the Fallout show, this week. Really good, solid adaptation. But if I had my druthers, we would get none of these. I don't think they're necessary. I don't know why they need to happen. They just keep happening and keep coming out, and oftentimes they're not as good as just playing the game. I feel like we have this need for adaptations just to validate a franchise that starts as a video game, and then once it becomes a movie or becomes a show, it's like, oh look, it's legit. It got a show. It got a movie. Like now everybody can see it. This means it's made it now. And in my opinion, you should go and experience these games, stories, and these experiences the way that they were designed and what they are for, which is originally for games. And that's why I think that drawing eyes to adaptations and away from the actual product, the video game, is detrimental to the actual video game franchise.
I kind of disagree because I think that it is drawing eyes to the games by putting out the adaptation. It's not drawing away from them, it's drawing to them because you get the new audience in.
But it's always worse. It's always worse.
Yeah.
So then, like, I just feel like the only reason we're making it is to validate it.
I think that they're making it to make some money.
Exactly.
Is the big thing.
But you should just go play the fucking game.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best form of media ever. It's the best medium. Go play the game, enjoy it, have a good time. And we don't need movies and shows to validate and draw new audiences in. Video games are bigger than ever. Like,
I agree with that.
It oftentimes will hurt franchise. I mean, like we've gotten some good adaptations recently, but like then you see something like Halo and it's like absolutely horrible and hurts the overall legacy of the franchise. That's just my take.
Yeah, I don't hate the take. I think that's a solid one. All right, am I good to go?
Yeah.
Connor, my hot take is all about battle passes. I love a good battle pass. I don't think that people need to shut down games to be like, oh, it's just gonna be this battle pass garbage. We are allowed to play so many amazing games for free because of battle passes. And I'm more than happy to often, if I want to, as the consumer, spend more money to get more creative outlets and get my skins and everything. These battle pass games sometimes get like thrown in as just, oh, they're trying to be this other thing like Fortnite or something that's Rocket League or Valorant, where I'm like, sign me up. I get to play for free if I want to play for free. And also, I get my friends in for free, which is always a hard sell because it's so impossible nowadays to be like, hey, let's all buy a $70 game. It gets in my friends in for free. It allows us to also pay some of these amazing games some money to have them go and make Season 2, Season 3, Season 4. That's what these developers are depending on when they make a free-to-play game. And I'm all for it. I love a good Battle Pass.
Yeah, I think Battle Pass is definitely the ideal way of monetization. It's crazy that we were in an era of loot boxes so recently. It feels, I mean, it's not really that recent because you think of Overwatch was like the first big one that kind of blew onto the scene. I know Counter-Strike might have been there first or whatever, but Counter-Strike still has the loot boxes, and it's like I just want to be able to pay and know exactly what I'm getting, and Battle Passes, generally speaking, is that experience. But my issue is that Battle Passes oftentimes will give developers the option to charge outrageous prices for their non-battle pass skins. Fortnite and Valorant are the two examples for me where it's like $25 for a skin is insane, but they can get away with it because they have the battle pass. I think
I was also about to say the value proposition though a lot of the time hits where if you want to look like Spider-Man, pay the $25.
Right.
For some people, not me, but for some people that's worth it. And so good for you guys for getting your bag and giving a solid value proposition, because we're at the point that nobody bats an eye when they see $25. They're just like, oh, who would buy that? And then you look over at me swiping the card to go and get Kratos and Fortnite. Like there's stuff like that. So yeah, I love a good battle pass. All right.
We're
ready to
get
draft?
into the Call of Duty maps draft, multiplayer maps. I go first.
Of course you do.
I mean, you got first this last week.
I mean, that's how it goes.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
Today, we are drafting Call of Duty multiplayer maps. I have the first overall pick, and with my first overall pick, you already know where I'm going. We're going to Nuketown, baby. Absolutely.
Do you get 2025 and all the iterations? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're not different. They're just like reskins. Nuketown, just like absolute controlled chaos. It's the perfect size. It's small. You're constantly running into combatants, and having a good time racking up those kill streaks. It's awesome. Love it.
I'm going to, with my first pick, choose the better 3-lane map, BO2's Hijacked. I love Hijacked. I think that is just a little bit bigger. It is more fitting for less chaos and a little bit more tactical play, but it's a perfect layout. It's very similar to Nuketown, and that's going to be my first pick in this draft. By the way, I had Hijacked at 1 and Nuketown at 2. I just want to throw that out there.
Hijacked at 3 on my board.
I'm going to go with another BO2 classic. Talk about perfect map layout. Give me Raid. What a amazing map. It is one of the best layouts for, it's a weird 2-lane hybrid that allows you to have depth, height. It's great. It's what I would want if I were to ever be a billionaire and make a mansion to be able to play paintball in. I would just want it to be Raid. Yeah. It's a perfect layout.
I don't have this on my board, but that paintball map that was DLC for 2, I think, for Black Ops 2, so good. The skate park one as well, man. I'm just having a bunch of ones coming.
The BO2 DLC maps were really good.
Peacemaker, is that the
that's the gun?
Yeah. All right. With my second pick, we're gonna go with another tight and narrow map, the kill box. We're gonna go with Shipment for my second pick. Just absolute chaos. Insanity. I love Shipment. It's a ton of fun. It's crazy. It can be really annoying at times if you're just kind of getting spawn kill or whatever, but it's a blast. I love Shipment. And with my third pick, we're going to go with a Black Ops classic firing range. Just a wonderful aesthetic, wonderful layout, firing range with my third pick.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just won the draft.
Are you going to pick Rust or something?
My next 2 picks are what a lot of people say is number 1 and number 2. Rust, Terminal. Game over, buddy. Those 2 are goated. How did they slip that fall? You chose firing range over Terminal, dude?
Yeah. Firing range is better than Terminal. No. Terminal has a better aesthetic, maybe, but firing range is the better map.
I don't think so.
All right. With my fourth pick, we're going to go with the best Black Ops. No, sorry. With my fourth pick, we're going to go with the best Modern Warfare 2 map. We're going with High Rise, baby. Just like fighting up in the air like that. Awesome layout. Great spots to like snipe from and kind of camp out. High Rise with my fourth pick. Lots of directions to go here. With my...
I hope you pick my next choice to make my last pick easier because I have 2 that I really want. So, and there's only one of the 2 that you could pick.
With my fifth pick, we're going to go with Summit. I'm playing with my heart here completely. I love that map. I love snowy maps. Just in video games in general, I love snow maps. Summit with my fifth and final pick.
Real quick, somebody go and time out General G-Dog. Terminal is just like FF7 Rebirth mid. Time out for like 1,000 seconds. Anyways, I love our podcast when we do it live. It's so much fun. If you want to go and check out our podcast live, every now and then we do them on twitch.tv/co_op64. Go follow over there, hit that notification, and watch it live. All right. With my final pick, I wanted you to choose Standoff. Because Standoff is great. But I have to play with my heart. And the best 3-lane movement shooter map of all time is Fringe from Black Ops 3.
You're picking a Black Ops 3 map here? Are you out of your mind? Just throw the draft out, dude.
It is so good. It is unbelievable. The movement, the layout, it is perfect length for movement shooting. It is awesome. Please, I know I could have won the draft with Standoff. I know I could have won it. I still think I do win it. But yeah, I'm going with Fringe.
Ones that were not mentioned that I have on here, Crash from Modern Warfare 1.
I also had Jungle from BO1.
I had Jungle as well. I think that's it. I think we hit everything.
And then Standoff was the other one that I had listed on.
Standoff is a good choice.
Yeah. Right. By the way, Andrew texted me personally. The last text I have from Andrew was January. So it's been 3 months, and it just goes, "You're so wrong about FF beating Zelda." Shout out to you, man. Nick's draft is like the bracket trash. All right, now we turn back to the bracket to close out this podcast. Give me what your final 4 would be with the bracket layout that we currently have.
So pure personal preference.
Yeah,
here.
Pure personal preference.
I'm getting Kingdom Hearts to the final 4.
Okay.
I'm I think I'm taking Metal Gear Solid here to the
Okay.
final 4, so that's fine. Kingdom Hearts, Metal Gear Solid, and I would personally take Kingdom Hearts over Metal Gear Solid. This is total personal preference. Zelda's fine there. I'm cool with that. Final Fantasy. If okay, it would be Final Fantasy versus Kingdom Hearts if I'm purely biased. But if I was just playing objective, it would be Zelda versus Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, but is that objective to have Kingdom Hearts over there?
No, it's not. It's
Yeah.
not. So fine, we'll do Final Fantasy versus Kingdom Hearts, and I'll take Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's Forza on this, by the way?
I don't know.
Oh, it's right there against The Witcher. Up top, I'm gonna go and if we're doing just purely what we want to do, I'm gonna have Rock Band come out of there.
You're crazy.
It'll be Rock Band versus BioShock in the Elite Eight for that one, and have that Rock Band win. Yeah.
Wait, where is Rock Band on here?
It's at the very bottom against
All
Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Resident Evil's great, but
So Rock Band Final 4?
Final 4
You're out of your
over
pool.
BioShock.
And what's here?
Down here, it's Uncharted. It would be Uncharted versus Forza, but Uncharted in the Final 4. Can I live with that? Can I live with saying Rock Band over Mario Kart, BioShock, Call of Duty,
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, I can. Yeah, why not?
You're out of your
Actually,
goals.
no. I'm taking Call of Duty. Call of Duty is in my Final 4. Call of Duty, Uncharted,
What a fall off for Call of Duty, man.
God of War versus The Last of Us is so hard still. I'm choosing The Last of Us.
Okay.
And Final Fantasy. And so I would have Uncharted here again versus Final Fantasy.
And Final Fantasy would win.
And Final Fantasy will win.
Okay.
Yeah. If I were to rank my two favorite video game franchises at this point, it would be Final Fantasy followed by Uncharted.
Wow.
Yeah. Are you similar?
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts.
Final Fantasy, then Cage?
Mass Effect. Oh, dude. That's the problem.
What do you have Mass Effect for Final Fantasy? Because it's the Last of Us argument, where I have the Last of Us.
Mass Effect 2 is better than every Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. I think that the Last was better than the 1 and 2 were better than every God of War and every Zelda game.
Okay.
So that's why I moved that there.
All right.
Man, this is so much fun. TBH W taped by Nick. I mean, this is a hard bracket. Like this is these are all great freaking games, and it makes it really difficult to decide.
I love you, Nick, but this is a disaster.
But then we had TBH W taped by Nick. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. COD, Pokemon, Zelda, Mario. I mean, that's a good like Pokemon for us. The early games are great.
And then it just falls off. The same thing over and over again.
Like
and it's so basic, dude.
The percentage of hitting is really low, and also there's like the best part of Call of Duty, in my opinion, is the different experiences that you get between the zombies and everything. Call of Duty is there. Call of Duty is 100% there because it's zombies.
Right,
zombies for me is
if we want to keep talking in chat, we can, but let's wrap it up here.
Cool.
That was your casual gaming conversation for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Check out us on Twitch. We recorded this live on Twitch, which we sometimes do. If you want to stay up to date on that, join the Discord. This post 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every single week on Mondays. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice week. Peace out.